Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night to everyone. We finally came to a conclusion that based on the entire information that we have tried to put together, the best solution to this project is going to be a podcast. Okay, the podcast itself is going to be remove pain point, which all along was going to be the repository for the project. So that remove pain point has a subscription to it, which if the follower of my podcast that is seriously pointing towards the issue of women to bring them to become president of any nation at any point in time is become what, let me repeat that again. If the pain point itself is a subscription, and as you may have all understood, for you to have a podcast, you have to have a subscription of people who are going to download your information, and when they download it, they can either watch it or when they do whatever they do, laundry or all that, they can watch it. But the thing is that they do pay for the subscription, which eludes me all along. When I started to bring this project up to speed, it eludes me because I was thinking of, okay, how do I connect Remove Pain Point, which is a company, which is Remove Pain Point Incorporation on its own, that wanted to use the nuggets to make money and then go use the money to finance the individual movement of women to become president of every nation. It kind of eludes me, but it just dawned on me now, right now that I'm speaking to you, that I have a solution that I didn't even know I had. Because all along, the reason for the pain point, remove pain point, was to have anybody, any organization, any, whether charitable, non-charitable, government. We do have, let me put it this way, it's pretty simple, and I'm not going to misword it. There are enough problems in this world out there that we, any point in time, you can seek a solution to. There's enough problem out there. So Remove Pain Point itself is a solution provider that will now be podcast, and I'm going to give my word on this. There's going to be every Saturday you will have a podcast from us, whether it is through those who are going to be interviewed, or it's going to be people coming to the studio to record, or whatever avenue we're going to try and get a podcast in place. Every Saturday you will be getting a podcast from us. So be well assured of that. So by next Saturday, we will have the first podcast that will be out. I've been struggling with the issue of how do I record a podcast, because I'm personally speaking, I don't even have a TV. I've never watched a TV before. I've never had a camera before. I've never listened to a podcast before. All I had going for me all along was to have a solution to one problem. And that solution to the problem was the fact that I grew up as a little kid in the primary school, where I was challenged by my teacher with the question of, are you going to be equal to the task of trying to take us to the promised land? And the way he asked that question framed I'm talking about Chief Oswan. The way he framed it was by singing for us, "Oh, great just loss. You see what the white man did." And then went to the right and went to the left. When they came one day, they bought to fine things. When they came one day, the bulls to sail the boat and said, "Get on board. You think I'm laughing? Get on board." They started to laugh. "Get on board. Ha, 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 ha. Get on board." Then we roll along into say, we roll along. Then we roll along to Mississippi. That's, I want to put that in context. But the other context in which I've not been able to push across to you guys for the past couple of weeks that I've started this using what you call the media, the social media, to push everything out, was going back to say that when I was young, with my attention span being biggest problem, because that's going to be my main driver, because I'm giving you guys, I'm giving mothers and fathers and uncles out there who have children, and the children themselves may be behaving on the go, which is a symptom of attention deficit disorder. On the boy side of it, there's what you call this constant thinking of, oh, boys will be boys. Like, that's the reason why my issue was not picked up. It was picked up. My mom will tell my sister, who is that he's gonna grow up, and then when he becomes your age, he will buy you. He's gonna buy you. That's how my mother used to say that. By the word "buy," you know what that means. So it did happen that when I was as a kid, let's take that back. That attention span with the girls and the boys. The girls themselves are not allowed to express their attention deficit disorder issue because they feel that girls should be subtle, and that's part of the discrimination processes that I want this podcast to take away. That girls should not be stereotyped. Women should not be stereotyped. Women should not be stereotyped. Women are better human beings than men. And I say that because the man that did epitomize the destruction of women dated back to primordial time, did it because he wanted to bring men to become his superiority. By virtue of education, women are behind. By virtue of technology, they are also behind. By virtue of just about anything. But right now, we're going to try to change that. And this podcast is going to be channeled towards women. They're the one that's going to be downloading it, and they're the one that is going to subscribe. Because if we can get subscription, the whole things, that's it. And I was struggling with that subscription from the point that I personally never remember to put the context of remove pain point, as I knew it was a subscription. But I never was able to tie the nuggets together and said, it's a subscription, but if you go out there to go and take the actual nuggets and say you're going to try to get it to become a business, because of the competition of the software engineering company out there, there's no way you can be able to be able to beat Microsoft, because they are all over the place. You want to beat Google, they are all over the place. You want to beat Apple, they are all over the place. You want to beat, there's no way you can be able to get anything out there that is going to stick. They keep telling you you're going to use funneling, you're going to use that, you're going to use that. I finally decided, okay, podcasting and the channel, YouTube channel, is going to be the things that we're going to use. But channeling, YouTube channeling takes, I've already got a lot of attraction on it right now as I speak, but that's no subscription. There are subscribers. I don't even know how that even works, but the subscription to the podcast is going to be paid for, not free. because when people are going to be listening to it, they're going to be paying for it. So going forward, I'm going to try and put a company together. So what is the essence of today's podcast? One, I'm directing it towards somebody like my sponsor, and the sponsor is going to be. I'm already challenging. He's going to. The sponsors are going to put some money up to hedge the project for going forward, because they're the one that's going to benefit from it, and so they need to be able to be up to speed. And those people that I'm talking about, there are tons of them. There is nobody out there right now as I speak that don't have no pain point. They may not be able to scale it up to the what you call a technological level, but we are there to hold their hands, and we would even instantiate the problem itself, because as a solution provider, we can instantiate the problem itself by us, because everything has a technological spin to it. There's nothing that doesn't have no technological spin to it. So right now, I'm going to say emphatically that just a minute. Let me look at some of my notes that I already said I was going to discuss. So